Hello everybody, Terrence Pop here with another episode of Live from the Lair. Where we leave off, we were in Jungle Warfare School of Fort Sherman, Panama. Now, I'm trying not to mix the stories together because I had been down to Fort Sherman before, but this story that I'm going to tell you here didn't take place with the 425. It took place before that. It was after the Panama invasion, and see, back in the day, if you ever were going to go down and do any kind of operations in the America of the South, you went through Fort Sherman. And then from there, you would get your marching orders of what you're going to do, and they would fly you out to the embassies or to the airfields closest to the embassies of the specific areas you were working at in the America of the South. Okay, I can't go into a lot of detail because I signed a whole bunch of NDA agreements, and I don't want to get sued or thrown in jail. And unlike a lot of people, I promise to do shit, I fucking do it. So, you know, maybe I'm old school like that, but it is what it is. But on this particular jaunt, I had gone down to Fort Sherman, and like any other organization that has any goddamn common sense, you notice how I said common sense and not the National Guard in the same breath. I was down there and I was acclimatizing, and I got sent out on the it's basically one of the scenarios that they do at Fort Sherman, because back then, you know, Fort Sherman ran Jungle Warfare School, and it wasn't just a school. It was, you know, they would run a scenario, and it was kind of like NTC, where they have their own Op 4, and then you go through a scenario, but except you have to fight a war in the jungle. Well, the 82nd was there. Those guys are some goddamn fucking animals. They're like Marines that can jump out of planes. That's what I call them. Like, if you ever watch The Two Towers, when the orcs are attacking the wall, you know, and they're just insane, that's the 82nd. Those guys are just heathens. And they're that way for a reason. God bless them. I'm just saying. It's an observation. So I was attached to this one platoon. I'm attached. I'm nobody. We're, you know, going out to go. What were they doing? They were going out to put in a blocking position, and you know, walking through the jungle. You know, 3 clicks in the jungle. That's all day. Okay, and there's no moving at night. You know, come somewhere between 4 and 5 o'clock, depending upon the time of year, it gets dark like that. So we're walking. I don't know, maybe 2 hours. And, you know, this typical grumbling, and, you know, you got the 20% of the people who are shamming and wang or crying. Then you got a couple guys, the hard chargers, that aren't doing the whole deal. Then you got your strong NCOs, and, you know, majority of your mediocre NCOs, and a couple shitbag NCOs. And I'm just an attachment, so I'm not saying nothing. I'm just, you know, I'm just going where they just treat me like a grunt. I'm just doing what I'm told. So, you know, we stopped to eat, and, you know, I ate one main meal, drank a canteen and a half of water, refilled my canteens, put in my purification tablets, and had them sitting back in my LBE. And, you know, about 25 feet away, there's this E4. You know, you could tell he's, just the look on his face, you could tell he's that dim bulb that's just struggling to get enough current to light up. You could just tell he barely made it in because he is just an idiot. You know, God bless him. People just born that way. I got it, you know. Good on him for making it in the Army and trying to do something better with his life. But bad on him for what he did next. Okay, so what you got going on down there in the jungle is you have these things called howler monkeys. Okay, and they're fucking monkeys, and they howl, and they run around in the trees, and, you know, they have territory, and they'll do their fucking deal, and they're loud and obnoxious, and sometimes they come down and steal your shit, you know, which later on happened, but not to me, of course, because I tie all my shit down. Because I learned that in the Ranger Battalion. If it's not tied down, you're gonna fucking lose it, especially when you need it. So this fucking douchebag takes his blank adapter off the end of his M16, right? Cycles around, and you can hear the howler monkeys. They're above us doing their deal. And the fucker drops a fucking cleaning rod down the end and decides he's going to take a pot shot at a fucking monkey. So before I can say anything, I'm just like, hey, what? And all of a sudden he just raises his rifle, and you can hear the cleaning rod like rip through the trees. I don't know if it hit a monkey or not. There's some shit fell down. I don't know if it was a dead monkey. I don't know. But these monkeys went fucking berserk. Okay? I mean, if you thought they were loud before, it went up by like 5. So I'm standing there like, what the fuck? And the platoon sergeant's like, what the fuck happened? And I'm not a narc. So I don't say nothing. One of the other fucking, troopers is like, yeah, fucking gnarls over there fired a fucking cleaning rod at a monkey, I think. Fucking god damn it. Okay, so, these monkeys are screaming and they're not calming down. All right, they're fucking going berserk. And then this is the most fucked up part, and it's hilarious now. But it's hard to say this. They start throwing monkey shit at us. And I'm like, what the fuck? So they're trying to take a few steps back. They're fucking throwing fucking shit and sticks and all this fucking crap. So, I mean, what can we do? I mean, we can't shoot the monkeys. All right, that's a big no-no. So we gear back up and, we continue on. And the whole time, these monkeys are fucking throwing a fit, throwing shit, throwing stuff. And then we notice that they're basically throwing stuff and shit at the guy who fired at them. So we're like, hey, that fucking dumbass gnarls right there, make him walk point, because, fuck that guy. So we walk out there. They set up their blocking position. I'm on a security position. It gets dark. Everyone's just fucking freaking out because the monkeys are still doing their deal. I'm not having any of it. Okay, I'm just an attachment. So I'm like, fuck this. I'm not laying in the prone all fucking night in the fucking bottom of a triple canopy jungle. I'm not fucking standing up all night. So like, fuck it. I set up my fucking hammock, put up my bug net, get in there, put up fucking my poncho on top for cover from the rain, and I fucking went to sleep. Monkey shit and all. I got up like, stand to, they fucking wake me up, What are they gonna do? I mean, I'm an attachment, I'm a triple tabbed guy, fucking CIB, I got the gold jump star, they know the deal. I pack up my shit, we do stand to, execute the rest of the mission, come back. I took, we're at the blocking position, and then they did some on-call ambushes, we did all that, and then we came back, so it was about 3 days long. At the end of the third day, we get back, and everyone was fucking just pissed off at this dude. Because everyone had been pelted with monkey shit. What a fucking dick. God bless that kid. I hope he's still alive, that dumbass. But I have a feeling a guy that dumb probably doesn't live to get that old. All right, so we got the monkey shit story out of the way. Get that off the list here. Now, we're going to jump right back into Jungle Warfare School. We left off with boat operations. I was down there in Jungle Warfare School, and I was with the company F425, Lair Airborne Infantry. And the 126 Mechanized was down there, Mechanized Infantry, and that's an infantry, I guess, a battalion that the Michigan National Guard maintains. Nowadays, they have the 125 and the 126. And the 126 was down there. And there was another unit there, I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't a National Guard unit, it was an active duty unit. Because we actually ran into them on some of the OP4 and stuff. So, as a LURS guy, all of our fucking missions are pretty much scout, recon, and snoop and poop kind of shit. So, we get our orders. My team is supposed to go out and, when you're in the jungle, you go out in a cloverleaf fashion, try to find where the enemy is, and then you radio it in, and then everyone maneuvers on them. So I was one of those cloverleafs that went out about 3 clicks and came back. And, again, we're going out doing our deal. As soon as it's like 3:30 in the afternoon, we stop, eat, fill up our water, set up our fucking hammocks, set up our fucking overhead cover, get ready for the evening. And, fuck security, because it's fucking gonna be darker than 3 feet up a well digger's ass in about an hour and a half. So we didn't even fuck with that. And the way it is down there in Jungle Warfare School, the sun comes up, your shit may be dry, but the minute you walk into the jungle, I would say 200 meters, you're soaking wet like you're in a shower. And then it would rain periodically throughout the day, like crazy downpours, and then it would just be clear again. So, my shit's all wet, and the only dry stuff I have is in a double plastic bag, in my waterproof bag, in my rucksack. So I set all my stuff up, take off my uniform, take my bayonet, slam it in the tree, hang it up, make sure there's no black palm on there, because once the sun goes down, every fucking thing that you touch is black palm. And for those of you who don't know what black palm is, it's a fungus that grows on the surface of the trees down in South America. But it's not like a normal fungus. It decides to be annoying, super turbo asshole fungus, and it grows into these long, straight fucking thorns that like to break off on in your skin, and they're sharp as fuck, so they go through your gloves. Fuck it. Yeah, I was pulling black palm out of my forearms and hands and my shins for about 2 months after I got back from Panama. What are you gonna do? So anyway, I'm laying there in the middle of the night. I go to sleep, and I call it combat sleep. I still do it. That's why I drink at night, so I can sleep for more than 4 hours at a time. But combat sleep, you usually wake up every hour or every 90 minutes, out of a dead sleep. You be like, and then you go back to sleep. And it's just how it is. So I wake up. It's raining a little bit. And then I hear this fluttering noise. I don't know what it is. So I look over, and I can see just the mosquito net move a little bit. And I take my light and my wristwatch at a Casio. I hit the light, and I see it's a fucking vampire bat trying to get in there to fuck me up. I'm like, oh no, I'm not having any of that. So I reach over, fucking pull the bayonet out of the tree, and I fucking run that thing through, and I stab it right through the chest, and then it tumbles down onto the fucking floor of the jungle. I'm like, fuck him. Put the bayonet back in the tree, hang my shit back up, go back to sleep. Wake up 90 minutes later, combat sleep, and I hear this. It sounds like chewing. It's like this. And it's below me. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I think it's some kind of animal. I don't need to get bit by nothing. I don't have nothing. So I pull out my fucking red lens flashlight, turn it on, and I look down there, and there's the vampire bat, but it's being dissected by ants. Okay, now these aren't just normal ants. You would think the small ones. No. The smallest ones that were down there were the size of carpenter ants, and then they have these big, fucking huge ants, these huge mandibles that is literally cutting this fucking bat into pieces, and the rest of the ants are carrying it fucking off. And I'm like, thank God I'm not laying down there. Fuck that. Holy shit. Yeah. And to believe it or not, a lot of people get bit by vampire bats, and I have been vaccinated against rabies, I believe 3 or 4 times in my career. Just because you're in the vicinity of that shit, you're a grunt, there's really no protection against you and them. So, if you get bit and you don't have the vaccination, guess what? They gotta send you down to get all the shots in the fucking solar plexus and all the other shit that they fucking do. All right, we already talked about the sleep setup, so I covered that. And on the parade field there at Jungle Warfare School, and I didn't really notice this before, but there was like a clover, and it you know, you think it's a clover, it looks like a clover. It's not like a 3-leaf clover, but if you touch it, it folds up. I'm like, what kind of shit is that? You know, I'd never seen no shit like that other than like a Venus flytrap or something. I thought that was pretty fucking, pretty cool. You're gonna love this one. This is the killer bee story. All right. Now, for those of you that don't know, when you look at honeybees, they look exactly like killer bees. And the only difference is killer bees are hyper turbo aggressive. They will fuck you up. All right, so we're walking, we're doing the jungle thing. It gets dark, and we're like, okay, fuck it, you know. So we back up a little bit, and we're trying to find a place to set up our shit where the trees are kind of close together. And I didn't really know this, but like when you get up close on a killer beehive in the dark, they all like buzz at one time, like it's like a warning thing. So you hear this I don't know what that is. So one of the other guys on my team was like, yo, those are killer bees, bro. I'm like, oh shit. So I mark it off on the map, you know, and we do our fucking deal. The next day, we link back up with some guys from the 126, and they're like, yeah, you know, they want to set up a fucking, it's basically an ambush. And I look at the map, and lo and behold, there's a dot, and it's like right by this fucking road. Well, that dot's where the killer bees are at. So I'm like, yeah, see this dot right here? Yeah. If you guys go around there and you get down there, yeah, that's a good trail. And, you know, it looked like it was somewhat used. Of course, I'm lying like a motherfucker. I just want to see some dudes get stung. They go out there. They didn't hit the hive because somebody would have probably died. But, you know, they found the killer bees, and nobody got stung. I think a couple guys got stung once or twice, but that's just normal run-of-the-mill bullshit. But the guy comes back and he's like, yeah, you fucker, you sent us out there to the killer bees. I'm like, what are you talking about? I was never a good liar. You know, I was just being a dick. Yeah, so, we wound up scouting for the 126, and we wound up, they were doing their main effort attack, and it was a water infill, so we actually got in boats that had the front ends that fall down like in D-Day and shit. That was fucking weird as fuck. And our mission was to go ahead of these guys and put up engineer tape to mark the trail for them to their objective. So, you know, the ramp comes down, we get off, I do my final inspection on all my guys, make sure everyone has all their shit, and in the jungle we go. And it's like literally the sun is just coming up. And we dropped a piece of engineer tape every 25, 30, 40 meters all the way to the ORP right before the objective they were supposed to attack. And from the radio communications we were getting from them, they were half a click behind us. Okay, now what I didn't know was happening is they couldn't move through the fucking jungle as a unit because they're all getting smoked because they have their 60s, tripods, they have all the infantry shit that you're supposed to have. And they're just getting their asses fucking kicked. So what do? They're gonna go on the roads. So I don't know what's going on. They go on the roads. I'm in the ORP. The objective is right up this fucking hill, maybe 60 meters away from me. And then I hear all of this fucking gunfire. I mean, there's an attack going on, and I'm on the radio, and they're attacking the objective, and I'm like, I'm on the objective, and they're like, no, you're at the wrong objective. I'm like, no. I'm like, okay, all right, yeah. So, you know, I think maybe I'm on the wrong objective, even though I can navigate to like any point on Earth on foot the size of a fucking frisbee, you know, with a compass and a fucking map. I don't need a GPS. That didn't exist back then. So I'm like, all right, fuck this. So I'm like, I grab up all my guys. We pack up our shit. We walk up the hill, you know, and lo and behold, they were up there. But they turned their security. They basically stopped pulling security when they heard all the horse shit going on at the wrong objective. Like literally, me and my team walked right over the objective, looked around, you know, and then walked down the other side of the hill, went off about half a click, and then set up our fucking hooches. And the very next day, those sons of bitches had to re-execute that fucking mission on the right objective. And if they just listened to me, they would have fucking made it. The right-wrong objective is what I call that. All right, we talked about the black palm. I think I pretty much got that covered there. Oh, and another thing that you'll do in jungle warfare school is you'll get moved around by helicopter quite a bit. And it was fucking amazing because you'd be soaking wet. You'd just be so fucking sweaty and wet. It'd rain on you. Everything is just soaked to the bone. Water is shooting out of the fucking vents in your jungle boots. You go out there in the LZ, you get on the helicopter, and they take off. And you're in the air maybe 15 minutes. By the time you land, you are dry. You're like, holy shit. And you are dry for about 10 minutes until you walk back in the jungle and you're fucking soaked. Like clockwork. All right, so I think I pretty much got that covered. We're sitting at 22 minutes, probably get trimmed down to 21. I did a little stuttering in there, but you guys take it easy and we'll pick it up with some other stories.